to fire the clay, you need 2 minutes sintering time. Now the sintering is the process whereby the particles or the molecules rattle into place and create the metal structure. So, and that's 2 minutes. So it's 2 minutes is the minimum. Obviously you can fire longer, but you know, 2 minutes is a long time, so it's always handy to have a timer to hand.
Sure. And we've got the tweezers in the water.
Tweezers in the water. Basically, if you're firing a piece of PMC, which is just PMC on its own, or a heat-proof stone, then you can quench it and put it straight into cold water, which I will do once I've finished firing it.
And it doesn't buckle the metal?
No, it doesn't. In fact, it strengthens the metal.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, and then you won't burn your fingers, because if you leave it to cool naturally, it's hard to tell, you know, how soon is my piece cool. At least if you quenched it, it's safe to touch it straight away.
Brilliant. Well, would you like to light the torch? And
yeah.
This is a very simple little torch, isn't it?
It is. It's a good torch. If you're going to get a torch, make sure you get a torch with a base. If you know the phone rings, you need to put it down, you can put the torch down safely. So always get one that's safe to put down. It's got enough of a canister that you can get enough gas in it to do a whole firing. Those little pencil torches, you know, you just can't get enough gas into them. You know, you're not sintering the clay properly. This one comes with a child lock, so it's a lock that you can push up, and then you just turn on the gas to about halfway and it's self-igniting. And if you need to adjust the flame, then you just have an adjuster at the top there. So the first time you fire it, you want to do it in a sort of a dark room. So it's going to be very hard to pick this up on the camera here, but you can see the process. So what you're doing is you're just holding it at its angle and you're just heating up the piece. As you can see, this is where it's shrinking. You see it's coming up to the sintering process. And as you can see, I don't know if you can see with my hand over the top, see now it's become a pale orangey glow. And this is where you would set the timer for 2 minutes.
Now, Helen, underneath that dragonfly, the brick's going quite black. Is that going to rub off onto the silver?
No, it won't. It won't, no. It's just where the binder is going into the block. And also I get lots asked very often, do I have to fire my pieces on both sides? No, you don't. You just fire it on one side. You don't have to flip it over and fire it again, because obviously it's a process where you're creating that metal, so you don't have to fire it on two sides.
If we were doing a piece that we had fired and then we decide we wanted to add a new piece or a new element to the piece, can we stick it on with slip and fire it again?
Yeah, you can refire PMC as many times as you want. There is no limit to it. So if you've made a piece and it's broken, you can use the paste and stick it back together again. You can join PMC at any time, whether you've got a fired piece and an unfired piece, or 2 fired pieces or 2 unfired pieces. You can always use the paste, stick the 2 together and refire again. So if you're making something that's quite delicate, like a flower, and you want to do each individual petal, you can add each petal individually, fire it, which will make it stronger, and then add the next petal and continue as such.
It really is a brilliant product, isn't it?
Yes, it really does. It really does what it says on the packet.
Yes, yes, I am so impressed with this. Okay. So we're going to pop this in the water and let it sizzle?
Yes, there we are. So there's nothing to be afraid of. So yes, you want to pick it up with a pair of tweezers because this is very hot now. And I just use an old cup of water. There it goes. It sizzles in there. And as you can see, it is white. Now white is just the natural state of silver. This really is metal. And here we go, just dry it off.
That's
so you can
not too hot to touch?
No, it's completely cold.